Hey there, it's Brian Sebastian, Movie Reviews and More, Worldwide TV Network, WomanOnTV.tv, iTunes 247 out of Franklin, Tennessee, and iHeartRadio, and all platforms around the world. So yeah, I have a different background. I'm in a Hollywood studio. I'm actually in the green room doing stuff because I've been working because we've been doing a lot of stuff, obviously. So I've been looking forward to this young lady. I like her sound. She seems very, very interesting. We have not met yet, but I can't wait to meet you in person. All right, April, who are you and where are you coming from?
Hello, my name is April Rose Gabrielli. I'm originally from New York, but I'm currently reporting live from just outside of Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. I am a singer-songwriter as well as a poet and an entertainer, and a keyboard player.
And
So that's what I do. And
I love your
go
youthful
ahead.
energy, and your voice. I just love that.
Thank you very much. Yeah, it's an attitude, really. I try to keep young. My mom has always instilled that in me that your youthful nature, your energy should always feel fresh and new and young. It keeps you alive and working.
So I got to start here. You have a beautiful face. I mean, what is that natural energy, that just natural look that you have? I love it.
I don't know. I'm Italian. I don't know.
Oh, of course you are. You talk with your hands, don't you? I talk
Uh,
with my hands, and I'm not Italian.
yes. No, I know. Yeah, I mean, I think I'm third or fourth generation Italian American, 100% as far as I've been told. So maybe it's that. I don't know.
Yeah, that actually makes sense. What are you doing? Are you working on music again as usual?
Yes, I'm working on music. I'm working on putting out my first single with a music video, which is all done, just waiting in the wings to be out there. And I'm also in the process of finishing songs for my debut EP and album. So we just have a lot of work going on over here and making sure everything comes out the way that I'd like.
How exciting is that? I mean, when you first wrote your first song, what was that feeling like for you?
When I first wrote a song,
Yeah, your very
is that what you
first
said?
one. Yes.
Sorry. Um, I don't believe I knew that that's what I was doing. I was sort of just at my piano one day because I'd always written poetry and doodled, like I was always working with my hands. And then I also was always sitting at my mom's piano, doodling around in that way too. So it just sort of came together as another thing to do or a form of self-expression. It felt great because I kept doing it and other people thought it was really cool too. So it became a nice outlet to just be able to make something and show it to somebody and get their thoughts on it. So it became something that I was sort of known for as a kid and that I could kind of talk with other people about like it was my special weird thing that I did.
See, and that makes sense. I've heard
Yeah.
that from other singer-songwriters who did that too. Did you know you were going to be a singer though? Did you know you were going to play guitar and keyboard?
I personally, I had this vision. It sounds psycho. I had this vision when I was a young girl, and I believe I was standing at like a coffee table. I was like that little, and it was one of my first memories. And I remember just thinking, listening to music and thinking, I want to be on stage with a bunch of people performing. In my mind, it was just me on stage with a bunch of people. I don't know. So what it was. So I always, in my mind, knew I wanted to be an entertainer. I always wanted to be an entertainer, but I didn't know what it would be. And then singing just has always come the most natural for me. And the reason I've always played keys is so I could play keys while singing, so I could just have some background. But I'll also jump in every once in a while and just sing without anything as well. So mostly, yeah, singing has always been my vehicle, my favorite vehicle.
So talk about who are some of the influences that you like when you were growing up. Who did you like?
Who did I like? Huge fan of Regina Spektor.
Mhm.
She was always she was one of the artists that I first, definitely as a preteen, listened to her music, and it was one of the first songs or albums that I just cried to and was like, oh my God, how did she explain these things so well? I didn't know. She was such a great poet and singer and keyboard player. I love Patti Smith. I love Led Zeppelin. Uh, Many. Styx. I like Styx a lot. It depends on what era we're talking. And I also, of course, love Pink. She was my favorite growing up as well, as far as pop music or mainstream music is concerned.
Well, you'll like this because Pink's got a documentary coming out. It's pretty good.
I heard, and I heard her new song within the whole music video. It's like this super theatrical music video with her daughter and everybody in it. It's very cool. So I'm happy
Yeah.
to see that she's still making music and letting us into her process and her growth and her journey, because even just as a young girl, loving her as a 20 something and now coming into this world on my own and watching her develop is she's just always been an authentic artist. So it's been really cool to watch that journey as well.
Tell me this: what kind of guitars do you play on? Who do you really like?
So I'm not primarily a guitar player. These are my partners. His name is Jacob Kulik, and he fronts a band called Kulik. So those are mostly his. But when I do play around, I prefer there's a Taylor Mini. I don't know. It's not up here. Is it here? No. There's a Taylor Mini guitar that I love just because it feels more accessible to me. They always feel very big in my hands, so it's always intimidated me. But the Taylor Minis are really nice.
Good for you. Those
Yeah.
I actually like the Taylor mids. I don't even play guitar and I like them, but I just like how they feel and how they're made.
Yeah, and this Taylors always sound really nice. There's a 12 string in here that I can't properly play, but I always love to play just because it feels really cool and it feels like you're transported into another era. I think it's a Martin. Yeah, I think it, right? Yeah.
Let,
Yeah.
let me ask you this. Can you play something on your keyboard of what you were writing, what you were playing with before you did
At
your
the
song?
moment,
Yeah.
I have a keyboard down here actually. I think it's on. Is it on? It says that it's on. Here, let me see. That's not on. All right, here. I'll go over here. Let me see if it's gonna work. Oops. Can you still see this? Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
So something that I was playing when? Just
Just when
anytime?
you yeah, just when you're playing around with stuff. I love the writing process. I like to see what they come up with.
Well, I always like to stick to simple things and then create more complicated melodies over it. So I'll just play like a couple of bars from my single. I could just play that, which is not out yet. Can you hear that okay?
Yeah.
I'll play one hand. So it goes. Do you know the way I feel? I hope so. I don't expect you to, 'cause all I see is just do you, babe. So
Oh, I
that's the
love
first
that.
lyric of my. Thank you. It's called. I mean, the song's gonna come out eventually, but it's called "Do You." So that's the single. I'm hoping that will be out first or one of the first, and it's sort of a love story and also sort of about triumphing through communication breakdowns and also, maybe not quite knowing what the other person's thinking, but somewhere deep inside, so sort of about a bunch of things, but tried to make it almost like a nursery rhyme because it comes from a simple place.
I loved it 3 seconds in. I just knew when you put your right hand down. Oh, I love that song already.
Oh,
I used
thank
to,
you. It's
I
just an
used,
E minor.
no, I used to have to pick songs, and if it doesn't catch you right away, it's not ready or it's just not good. No, right away, just three
Well, good.
seconds, it caught me. I got to hear the
That's
rest when it's ready. You're gonna have to send me a
Oh
private
yeah.
link because I can't wait to hear it.
I certainly will, and I would love to talk to you about it more once it's out in the world, and we can talk a little bit more about that whole process. But yeah, I love this song. It feels very me. I've been in a lot of other acts my whole life, either as a keyboard player, singer, fronting a different band. So this song, particularly, as well as the few others that I'm about to release, I feel really authentically strong about, and they just feel like they came straight from the place that I was when I was a little girl, like the real place. So feels really
How old,
good.
how old are you now?
Appreciate it. I am 28 years old.
You have such a youthful spirit. I mean, don't lose it. It's just wonderful. I really like that. Your youthful spirit. I
Hear
said you have
anything? You
such.
still there?
I said you have
Oh,
such a
oh,
youthful spirit. I really don't lose it. I really like it.
thank you. Yeah, I plan to keep it. Like I said, yeah, for me, my whole life, I go through, we all go through our own ups and downs and things, but you have to look at life like nobody's getting out alive. We're here to have fun. I'm an entertainer, so I need to keep my spirit fresh and happy, because I feel that that's the experience that I want to provide for everyone when I work and when I perform and when I entertain. Just good energy all around. But I appreciate you commenting on that. It takes a lot for me to keep it moving.
Well, it's always the
Yeah.
story behind the story, right? It's just like writing that song. I
Hmm.
always tell people all the hit songs came from heartbreak, depression, breakups, you name it,
Sure.
catastrophes. How many happy songs were happy songs, you know?
Right. Yeah, because for myself at least, I always, it's sort of just like a joke at this point, but my manager and I always joke about me writing something actually that is upbeat or uplifting. But I've actually taken on the challenge, and it's interesting what you can do when you try to, frame maybe negative situations into positive ones, or just sort of play with the language a little bit to see maybe you changed recently. I've gotten the suggestion to change the word crying in a song to trying. So it's like I can either keep crying or I could keep trying, so that could just one word can change the direction of a song and a meaning. So that's been an interesting process for me to at least discover now that I've had more time to write and more time to pick apart my stuff.
And I would say trying is just an excuse to do things, so keep crying because you're going to
Hmm.
keep hitting those, writing those hit songs.
Right. Right.
That's how I look at that. Hey, give your
Yeah.
social media links because I love the stuff that you have on your Instagram. I love it.
Oh, that means a lot to me. Thank you. So all of my socials and my website, it's just my full name, which is April Rose Gabrielli, AprilRoseGabrielli. So that's everything. I'm on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, Facebook, and then it's aprilrosegabrielli.com as well.
Have it. So, where do you hope your song goes? Who is it? Where's the inspiration for it? Would you say?
It's it took so much to create that song. Thematically speaking and sonically, it was meant to be a drama. It was meant to be the anthem at the end and sort of the anti-pop anthem of like kind of this face like, are you sure? Are you I don't know, because we feel that a lot and there's not a lot of ways to put that into words, so it only could remain in a question, I feel. But as far as where I hope my song goes, I think there's something in it for everyone, which is why I particularly like this song, because I believe everybody at every moment in their life has a do you question, or even if it's to myself, we all have these moments of question and reflection. So I hope it can and could apply something to, to mean something to anybody. But I honestly
Uh-oh, she
hope that
froze.
young women or young people pursue something they love, and to continue that love, because you're always going to have your failures along the way, but you will get a yes, and you will get a, that response that you were looking for one day, as long as you persevere. So, that I think that's kind of the whole idea of what I do.
Let me see your tattoo. You have a tattoo, right?
What was that? Sorry, cut out again.
You have a
I have
tattoo,
a
right?
bunch just on this arm though. Yeah.
Yeah, I want to see that.
Yeah,
I liked
I
it.
have a couple. Okay, well, I have some roses here. These are all done by female artists, except one little one, but these are all female tattoo artists. Um, this is roses. I have a little moth here. Where is it? It's hard to moth, and then I have where is it? A dagger here, and then up my arm I have other ones. I can't really. I have this lady here. I have this is a tour tattoo I got in Montana. Mermaid for Pisces, because I'm a Pisces, March 16th. And then I got roses. I'm April Rose, and it's my family as roses, 4 people.
Yay!
I have a
I,
couple, whatever. But I have my sleeve on this arm, and, whatever. I might expand, but I love tattoos. I love getting them.
you're gonna expand. I could see you doing it. I see it happening
It's
already.
fun. I love art. I love visual art. I love being like all of these were mainly by female tattoo apprentices, and they're either like first or second year of working. So this was totally like a go at it, do what I mean, I told them kind of an idea of what I like, but they definitely had free reign as far as that. So it's important to, I feel like the only way we can sort of lift other people up or expand the creative world is to give people chances and trust, because once somebody has their first real big moment, or had enough practice. I don't know. I like to be in those early stages of facilitating somebody's success in a way. So I don't know. I don't know if that's all in my head or not, but that's what it felt like as far as that process working with a bunch of different girls on their work.
No, I think that's great because I don't know if you know, all my co-hosts, I have 13 of them, they're all women. So I totally get it.
That's awesome.
And
That's
let's see,
awesome.
one, two, three of the girls, because I gotta have you back because I want you to meet them.
Oh, I would love that.
They're gonna love you, what you bring to the table, and they're gonna really love your energy. You know, I'm thinking of Tosh out of Miami, Jessica Heim out of town, Franklin, Tennessee,
Sure.
Victoria Renee. She's out of there. Bad Ashley, she's out of Los Angeles. So they'll love what you have there. I mean, because you remind me of them. Your energy, that's that youthful spirit, and I love to see that because we don't have enough of that. We need more of that.
Yeah, I agree. I think, it's just all about feeling good about yourself and giving it out and being kind to others as best as you can, you know?
What do you hope to reach when it comes to these women? What do you want to be perceived as?
Personally,
Yeah.
I want to say this delicately because I believe everybody has the freedom to aspire to be whatever they like to be. I want to serve at least as someone who is intellectual and like smart is cool. I don't know if I'm the smartest person in the room, but I think it's important to be empathic, understanding, intelligent, and mindful. And I also believe that there's a lot of things that I feel in the world have held women and other people, marginalized anybody back. But I feel that have a fighting chance. And the one thing that you always can control is what you know and your knowledge, your strength mentally. So I believe that I would love to inspire anybody to continue to expand their knowledge, whether it be about themselves emotionally, go out and try a new sport, get physical strength. I picked up running. That was like a big, moment for me where I felt like I could really take control of my life and any anxieties that I had. So I guess expanding your knowledge and your understanding of yourself and the world around you, and know that you have like a fighting chance, and it can all really come from here if you work hard enough and you are open and communicative with others. Not to say that there's not a hard time for people to be had, but it is all about what we know and how we communicate what we know.
No, that's a good answer, and I appreciate that too. I can't wait to
Thanks.
see you in concert. I would actually fly to see you in concert because I just know you're very good.
Thank you so much. I would love to have you there.
That would be fun to see you because, like I said, the first three notes, I'm like, oh yeah, I would pay attention to her. I would go pay to see her. I already know.
Wow. Thank you very much. I appreciate that.
Hey, I'm right on. Very, very seldom do I miss anything like that, and I'm like, why
Sure.
didn't I see that when it happens? Because I'm
Right.
used to seeing these things happen like that.
Yeah. Yeah, you're in it. You know the deal. You know what the biz is, and that's what it is.
Talk about this. Do you plan on doing movies one day? Because I see you doing that. And what were you doing during lockdown? How much did you write?
Did I plan on doing movies? Is
Yes.
that what you asked?
Huh?
So let me try to keep this short. I began in theater as a young girl,
Yep.
so I love being on stage,
Mhm.
and I love to act. I think singing kind of obviously took the prize, but I love to tell a good story and to work on a good story. And as an actor, a lot of the times, not that I'm a professional, but you use that piece of art. You're the vehicle for that piece of art. So you get to sort of interpret it and tell the story, although maybe you may be one character, but you're telling a story, and that, can teach a message. So I feel I'd love to do a movie. I just like to create sort of anything, get my hands in anything that I feel is valuable and useful and can teach. And the other question is lockdown. Okay. Well, I moved out of New York. I moved out of New York to the woods to work because at that time, funny enough, I had a show in early February, maybe mid to early February, went on a tour. And after that tour, it was with another band, Kulik. After that tour, I decided I was going to stop performing and work solely on producing my music and finalizing my sound as a solo artist. So that hiatus was well planned.
Yep.
unfortunately. But you know, it gave me a huge opportunity to take the time that I feel most artists don't necessarily always have to really chip away at their sound or their desired sound. So, and I also was able to learn a lot of different production techniques, getting my hands on the song as well. And I also got a puppy. So that's what I did
Yay.
during, and I stayed healthy and safe, thank goodness. So yeah,
That's because
lucky
you
enough.
moved.
That's my,
That's because you moved to the country. That's why.
yeah, yeah. It was pretty chill out here for the most part, but I mean, I didn't really have anywhere to go. I would have to drive, so I didn't really go many places.
Oh no,
But
I get it. I get it.
yeah, I'm a walker.
Last question for you. What would you
Sure.
say for women, and we're keeping it on women, meant for anybody, but really women who are in your position who want to be you? What would you say to them?
The only thing that's ever held me back was my own self-doubt. So, or my own procrastination and fear of failure. So, I would say get those excuses out of your head because you need to start viewing yourself as the real deal and viewing yourself in those high places in order to get there. If you want to be a writer, write. If you want to start a blog, start a blog. You know, you can't be those things without putting it into action yourself. So, I would say don't sit around and think about it, just do it because the only way you're going to get better is if you start. So that's what I would say. And it's hard, like I said, because I mean, when I was 19 years old after a gig, somebody was kind of talking to me, you know, it's a bar, people were drinking, and somebody a large man pushed his whole hand on my face and was like, "You were annoying, get out of here." Like I've had experiences like that, you know, I
Wow.
probably should have quit or something. Like, but to me, it's like that's not everybody. And a lot of my team, a lot of my creative team, the people who have taught me what I know and given me confidence and taught me all of the technical skills I know are all, you know, men. So if I would have stopped music and shut men out of my life because of that experience, I wouldn't have had the support and all of the success that I've been personally experiencing with my work. So, my point in saying that, don't let anything stop you. Just go. Just go.
That's a great I will show you, don't do that to me story. I'm going places. I like that. And good for
You
you.
have to do that. You can't let anything get in your way. And personally, if you could just Google it, you can watch a show on A&E. There are so many people who have it so much worse.
Yep.
Yeah, there are things that they cannot control, illnesses, disabilities, and they do fantastic, incredible things. These hurdles are achieved by people who are, you know, have such worse things to overcome than I do. So I can get up in the morning, breathe, and step out of my bed like I have to go do something and do that, you know, do something with myself and with my life. There shouldn't be anything that stops me. Easier said than done, but that's what I try to stick to.
See, and with that, that's a great way to end this. So it was an honor and a pleasure to meet you because Eileen's been telling me about you for a while. And like I said, okay, let's see what she's got. And I'm like, you know what? Like I said, 3 notes in, she was right.
Well,
So
I'm very
April
happy
Rose,
that you asked me to play. Thank you so much. I really appreciate your time, Brian. It's been
hey,
really
I
nice
have
to
to
meet
do.
you and talk with you.
So I have to say this. If you see someone without a smile, give them one of yours because you got a great smile, but also because the world needs it. Brian Sebastian, movie
Thank
reviews
you
and
so much.
more. And we will see you next week. So don't go anywhere. Hold on.